What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. A lot of people online talk about what you can do to make your life better, what you can do to be a better person, what you can do to perform better, what you can do to make more money, what you can do to be a better athlete. Very few people talk about things you should avoid. And there's one thing that is the highest on the list of what to avoid. Now, this is a thing. Check it out. 40 to 60% of domestic abuse cases involved alcohol. For assaults, 55% of them were committed by someone who had alcohol before the assault. Crazy. Boom! So here's the deal. I want to preempt this by saying, if you choose to drink, that's fine. You do you, just don't drink and drive. Don't do anything that affects other people. Man, I don't care what you do with yourself. I don't care what you do, but it's up to me to tell you how to live your best life. That's why this channel's here. So when I look at something that causes sometimes irreparable damage to someone's life, from DUIs, well, just don't drink and drive. The problem is alcohol impairs your ability to reason. It impairs your inhibitions, right? So you're more likely to make bad decisions. Alcohol is a thing where it is a social contagion. It is also very socially acceptable. In fact, as someone who doesn't drink, when I go to parties and I say I don't drink, people think I'm stupid. Like, why wouldn't you drink? So by not doing this destructive behavior, you're automatically the one who's weird. Whereas the person intoxicating, it's literally called intoxicated when you're drunk. What does the word intoxicated mean? The word toxic is in there. So not only does alcohol have terrible effects on your health, from your liver to your entire body function, but if you're trying to lose fat, it not only adds calories, empty calories, but it blunts your fat burning while you're drinking and for hours after the fact. So if you're in a state of losing fat, a hypocaloric state, it will impair your body's ability to lose fat. So there's other things that happen. If you look at when people make mistakes, oh, I did it while I was drunk. Every country song, don't blame me, I was drinking. Every hip hop song, getting my crunk on. Alcohol just completely can destroy people's lives. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of you watching, it's like, hey, I like to enjoy an adult beverage here and there, right? I do fine. I'm making millions of dollars. I run a 4.4 in the 40-yard dash. I bench press 800 pounds. I squat an entire truck. That's fine. But if you're looking at something societally that will completely and irreparably at times ruin someone's life, it's alcohol. So just getting personal anecdote. My kids are college age. I have a daughter in college right now. I'm paying for her school, tens of thousands of dollars a year. I have a simple rule. People are like, well, your kids are going to college and drink. If I find out, and if they are drinking, they're going back to JUCO. Or they can figure out a way to pay for that ish themselves. I have a rule. If I'm going to pay for your college, it's not party time. It's not freaking weekend at Bernie's. Okay, what you're doing is you're going to school. You can have all the fun you want. You go to parties where there's alcohol involved. Have a water bottle in your hand. But if I find out you had one drop of alcohol, you're done. Kiss that admission goodbye. You're going back to JUCO. Get yourself to a good state school later on. Whatever. Not my problem. We made a rule. We have a contract. The contract is you're not to drink. Don't drink. Why? Because I know that when kids are in college, they drink. And you look at these horrible, horrible things that happen to kids, bad decisions, drinking and driving, assault, you name it. It's usually involving alcohol. At least from what I see, from the newspaper articles, what happens in my community. That's one rule. There's rules in my house we really stick by. You don't drink, period. My kids don't drink. Well, what if you do? I'm like, if I find out, ish isn't going to be good. I'm not going to hit my kids. I'm not drinking. I'm not going to commit assault. But it's a thing where why can't parents just be parents? Well, when they go to college, they're just going to let loose. They're just going to do, well, that's fine. Who's paying for college? I am. If they graduate college, they're 21 years old, and they decide to go have some adult beverages, that's on them. But as long as I'm providing, and also if you're living in my house, you'd be 30 years old. If I have a no alcohol house, I'll kick you out. There's no alcohol, period. And you don't just say no alcohol and kick back a 6-pack of beer. No, you don't do that. You live You lead from the front. You live the life you want them to live. Well, Marc, what about steroids? What about them? What about them? My kids aren't using steroids. It's not acceptable either. For a young person who's still developing, well into their mid-20s, no, same thing. Rule in my house. No alcohol, no drugs, no steroids. Period. It's not a hard thing to do. Follow those rules, you have a great childhood. You go to the best tournaments, you go to the best camps, go to the best colleges. I'll make that happen. But as a parent, I'm able to set those boundaries. A lot of parents are like, well, you gotta let kids be kids. No, you don't. You're the leader. Kids do stupid things. They have no reasoning skills. How do I know? I was once a kid. I was an idiot, but I didn't have parents who could lead me in the right direction. My kids do. All these parents, we're going to have alcohol in our house and our kid can have their friends over as long as it's in a controlled environment. What example are you setting for your kids? Seriously, that it's okay to have terrible, horrible behaviors as long as they're under your roof? Well, they're going to do it anyway. No, they're not. They're not. How about you stop being such a shitty parent? How about you do your job and actually lead your children? Actually be a good parent. Have some discipline. Well, they're going to do it anyway. No, they're not. And if they do, what are the repercussions? What are the repercussions? Are you providing for their house? Are you providing for their soccer camps or their band camps or whatever they do? That's the problem, man. These parents are too soft. Everyone wants to be their kids' friends. Miss me with that. I'm very friendly with my children. My son and I just took a recruiting trip up to northern Indiana for wrestling. We had an amazing time. We had a great time. We're like bros. We're listening to music and podcasts and we're having fun, talking to the coaches. Great. But I'm still his dad. And I'm still leading him. And I'm still setting the rules. Well, like a society, we can't have a society without rules, without guidelines. You can't have a society that's like, well, murder's okay. Yeah, that's fine. You could go ahead and steal. Bro, this ain't California. Like, we have punishment for stealing in Tennessee, right? Like, that's not how society works. That's not how my house works. And also in society, you're not allowed to drink under 21. There's rules. You can't buy alcohol. So these parents are buying their kids alcohol and they're like, oh, it's okay. Well, little Johnny and little Tiffany, they're going to go and they're going to drink anyway. No, they're not. You're just a shitty parent. You're just not doing your job as a parent. Be more involved in your kids' lives. Go to their sports games. Get them into sports. Coach their teams. Be with them. Be a part of their life. Work with them. Play with them. Go hiking with them. No, but these parents are just like, well, they're going to do it anyway. I see that a lot in this stupid community, man. These affluent people are idiots. They're like, well, they can drink in my house. My kid, dude, if I find out there's alcohol in your house, my kid's there, we're going to have a long, long talk. It's not going to be a comfortable discussion we're going to have together. But that's just me. What do you guys think? Am I out of line here? But I'll tell you one thing, man. If you want to drink, that's on you. If you want to smoke crack, that's on you. You could do the Hunter Bidening you want. If you want to do heroin, it's on you. But with every choice you make, there is a negative repercussion. Let's go to steroids. Do you want to take steroids? Cool. Do it. Get huge. Do your thing. Togi, shout, right? Do your thing. However, look long term. Will it affect your heart? Will it affect your kidneys? Will it affect your liver? Will it affect your ability to live long? Will you have a heart attack prematurely? Those are all things you need to weigh. So every time I do an alcohol video, whoa, the steroids. Like, yes, steroids have repercussions. You weigh those repercussions. You do a Ben Franklin chart, the pros and the cons. Ben Franklin chart that bitch out. If the cons are greater than the pros, you don't do it. For alcohol, what does it do? Allows you to have a good time, yet the negative is you feel like shit the next day, feel terrible. Allows you to not have inhibitions. Okay, the negative to that is you do stupid shit. What are the positives again? Like, there's a negative for every positive, and then there's even more negatives, right? Then you have the negative fat burning. Then you have the liver effects. Then you have the health effects. Let's not forget it kills your fucking neurons in your brain. Makes you stupider, makes you fatter, makes you unhealthier, just so you can sleep with an ugly chick at a party? because you have no inhibitions. So when you're drunk, I hear this. I don't drink, but I've had alcohol before. I'm not going to say I'm absolved of all sin, but like apparently fours turn into tens when you're drinking. The only thing alcohol is good for is raising alcohol and banging ugly chicks. I mean, that's it. You raise estrogen, you bang ugly chicks. That's it. That's all it does. Other than that, if you can't have fun as a person, you need to look deep down inside at what you're doing as a person and work on being a better person so you can actually have fun. Come out of your shell without hurting your body, hurting yourself, and potentially beating the shit out of your girlfriend. Because, well, not all drinkers beat their women. Yeah, but most people who beat their women are drinkers. There's a correlation there. I don't know. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Comment down below. What are your thoughts? Anyway, go to tigerfitness.com. We got a sale going on now. tigerfitness.com. Cyber Monday is going on today. It's the last day. Cyber Monday, tigerfitness.com. This is 2024. So if you're watching this in 2027, the sale is not going on. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell, follow me across all social media at Marc Lobliner. It's at MarcLobliner, and of course on YouTube at Tiger Fitness. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm Marc Lobliner, and that's not a game. Fish oil is one of the staple supplements that you should take. Now, for me, I like to have a 2-to-1 EPA to DHA ratio. Now, DHA is awesome. A lot of cognitive benefits come from DHA, but if you get anti-inflammation and things that we go through as people who want to train, who want to be active, want to feel great, you want slightly more EPA. That's why I created MTS Nutrition Fish Oil. Now, this is a 2-to-1 EPA to DHA ratio. It is fantastic, and it has citrus, so it's not going to give you the fishy burps. And the way we make it, it's not going to be rancid. That's one thing you got to fear. A lot of these fish oils, they can go rancid and actually be more bad than they are good. But we actually don't have that problem with MTS Nutrition Fish Oil. The dosing I recommend will be above label. Label, we just take one soft gel or as directed by a fitness professional or a medical professional. But for me, I like to take 3 grams of total EPA and DHA a day combined. So with that said, I take 5 MTS Nutrition Fish Oil a day. Now, I love my brand. I recommend it. It's a tremendous value. Available right now at tigerfitness.com. If you want a great fish oil, if you want to support a company who loves you, support a company who doesn't hate you, support a company with the best customer service and people, American family-owned company, MTS Nutrition, tigerfitness.com. Get your fish oil today.